The October 20th, 2025 episode of WWE Raw was a pivotal moment in the ongoing saga between Seth Rollins and Jey Uso, marked by unexpected twists and dramatic turns that reshaped the landscape of Monday Night Raw. Seth Rollins, once the cornerstone of WWE's flagship show, found himself at a crossroads following a devastating shoulder injury sustained during his match against Cody Rhodes at Crown Jewel. The injury required immediate surgery, leading to Rollins being stripped of the World Heavyweight Championship and removed from his faction, The Vision, which had recently disbanded after Braun Breaker's shocking betrayal. With Rollins sidelined, WWE officials were left to navigate a rapidly changing narrative. On the same night, a battle royal was organized to determine the new #1 contender for the vacant World Heavyweight Championship. The match was filled with high stakes and personal vendettas, setting the stage for a confrontation that would alter the course of WWE's future. Among the competitors was Jey Uso, who had recently returned to Raw after a tumultuous period marked by his association with Roman Reigns and subsequent departure from the Bloodline faction. Jey's journey had been one of redemption and self-discovery, seeking to establish his own identity outside the shadow of his family legacy. As the Battle Royal progressed, alliances were formed and broken, with competitors vying for the coveted title opportunity. In a shocking turn of events, Jey Uso eliminated his twin brother, Jimmy Uso, from the match, signaling a dramatic shift in his character and priorities. This act of betrayal stunned the WWE Universe, as the Uso brothers had long been seen as a unified force in the tag team division. Jey's decision to eliminate Jimmy was not just a tactical move but a declaration of his intent to forge his own path to championship glory. The fallout from this action reverberated throughout the locker room, with many questioning Jey's motivations and the implications for his future in WWE. With the Battle Royal concluded and Jey Uso standing victorious, he earned the right to challenge CM Punk for the vacant World Heavyweight Championship at Saturday night's main event on November 1st, 2025. This match was poised to be a defining moment in Jey's career, offering him the opportunity to prove himself as a singles competitor and potentially usher in a new era in WWE. The events of that night also highlighted the shifting dynamics within WWE, as established alliances crumbled and new rivalries emerged. The dissolution of The Vision and Rollins' subsequent injury left a power vacuum that competitors like Jey Uso were eager to fill. His victory in the Battle Royal was not just a personal achievement but a strategic move to position himself at the forefront of WWE's evolving landscape. As the build-up to Saturday night's main event continues, the WWE Universe eagerly anticipates the showdown between Jey Uso and CM Punk. The match promises to be a clash of styles and personalities, with both competitors having something to prove. For Jey, it represents a chance to solidify his place in WWE history, while for CM Punk, it is an opportunity to reclaim the championship and reaffirm his status as one of the industry's top stars. In conclusion, the October 20th, 2025 episode of WWE Raw was a turning point in the careers of both Seth Rollins and Jey Uso. Rollins' injury and subsequent removal from the World Heavyweight Championship picture opened the door for new contenders to emerge, with Jey Uso seizing the opportunity to make a bold statement. His actions that night set the stage for what promises to be an unforgettable championship match, with the potential to redefine the future of WWE. Seth Rollins, despite being sidelined due to his shoulder injury, remained a central figure in the unfolding drama, as backstage interactions and confrontations continued to shape the narrative. The emotional and psychological impact of being removed from the championship scene was evident, as Rollins wrestled with frustration and a sense of betrayal not only from his former allies in The Vision, but also from the broader WWE landscape that seemed to be shifting without him. The unexpected turn of events involving Jey Uso only added to Rollins' mounting pressure, as he recognized that the younger competitor's rise could challenge the very dominance he had spent years cultivating. Rollins' frustration reached a boiling point backstage, where sources reported that he demanded support from Jey Uso, hoping to realign former alliances or at least create a strategic partnership that could restore him to championship contention. This request, however, was met with hesitation and skepticism, as Jey's own ambitions had clearly evolved, and the betrayal of his brother Jimmy signaled that he was no longer willing to be subordinate to anyone's agenda. The backstage tension was palpable, as Rollins struggled to assert authority in an environment that was rapidly recalibrating around new rivalries and power dynamics. Meanwhile, the WWE Universe continued to react to the shocking developments. Fans and analysts alike debated the implications of Jey Uso's actions, with many recognizing the sophistication of his move as both a personal and professional strategy. By eliminating Jimmy Uso, Jey not only secured his path to a championship opportunity, but also positioned himself as a complex, unpredictable character capable of making bold, calculated decisions. This new persona added layers to the storytelling, as viewers were left questioning the future trajectory of the bloodline legacy, the potential reconciliation or further conflict with Seth Rollins, and the long-term consequences for Jimmy Uso, who now faced the emotional and professional fallout of being betrayed by his own twin. The narrative surrounding Seth Rollins also became more nuanced in the aftermath. While he had been a dominant force in WWE for years, the dissolution of the Vision and his temporary removal from active competition forced him to reassess his strategy, alliances, and overall approach to maintaining relevance in a rapidly changing landscape. Sources close to WWE suggested that Rollins' demand for Jey Uso's assistance was not simply an appeal for help but also a test of loyalty and a measure of who could be trusted in a business that thrives on unpredictability and shifting allegiances. Rollins' reaction highlighted the complexities of professional wrestling storytelling, where physical prowess and in-ring ability are only part of the equation. Psychological warfare, manipulation, and strategic alliances are equally critical components of sustaining a top-tier career. The build-up to Saturday night's main event took on additional intensity as promos, backstage segments, and social media interactions amplified the stakes for both Jey Uso and CM Punk. Jey's recent actions gave him a layered narrative to work with, one that allowed WWE Creative to explore themes of ambition, betrayal, and redemption in a manner that resonated with longtime fans and newer audiences alike. The anticipation surrounding his championship match was further heightened by his evolving dynamic with Seth Rollins. Fans were intrigued by the possibility that Rollins, even while recovering from injury, could influence the match's outcome either directly through interference or indirectly by manipulating storylines behind the scenes. Seth Rollins' internal conflict also became a focal point, illustrating the mental and emotional strain that comes with being a top competitor sidelined by injury.